Hello everybody, it's Anne from Anne's Stampin' Up. Welcome to another Stampin' card making day here in Simcoe, where I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you live in Canada and you don't have your own demonstrator, you can shop with me. You can reach me at stampsandtea@gmail.com, or my demonstrator website is stampsandtea.stampinup.net. So this is the last weekend of April, which means the new catalogue begins on May the 1st. We're going to use products from the new catalogue again. We're going to make a really quick, simple card today, and I'm going to turn the camera down and we'll get started. So this is the front of the new catalogue. I can't show you anything inside the new catalogue until May the 1st, but this is the front of it. And let me tell you, it's a beautiful catalogue. So we're going to use products from that today. We're going to make a card and let the paper do all the work. The paper is called Thoughtful Journey, and it's beautiful watercolory pastels, flowers, leaves, branches and things, gorgeous colours and scenes, and the backs of the pages are all more solid colour, just one colour, but mottled patterns. And look at that, that's beautiful. That screams sunset on the ocean to me. And there's a winter scene. You can do Christmas, stamp your Christmas trees on there. Beautiful colors. There's an absolute dozen at least colors in this set, and they're all gorgeous. So we today are going to use this piece, and we're going to use most of the 6-inch piece. This is a 6-inch square card. We're going to use most of it to make our card. We're also going to use a stamp set called Simply Said, and it's just basic sayings, all easy to read. So you could make this for somebody who couldn't see quite as well, somebody older. It's not a fancy stamp set. It's basic and it's simple. It's just Simply Said. It's exactly as the name on the stamp set. So let's put that over there. I'm going to bring in the cutter, and let me tell you what else I have to make this card. I have my 6-inch square of paper, envelope of course. I've got 2 pieces of basic white. This is 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside of the card. This is 5 by 4 for my front panels. And for the basic card itself, we've got Fresh Freesia. Now, Fresh Freesia is not one of the colours listed on the back of the card, but it sort of picks up this little bit of purple stripe going through here, and I think it works quite nicely for the card base itself. And that's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So we're going to look at this piece of paper, and we're going to decide which part we're going to use for the panels on the card. And I think we want to use this piece for the panels because it has the most detail in it. This piece that we're going to cut off the top will go on the envelope flap. So we're going to cut this piece from the left side. We're going to cut it to 3 3/4 inches. There, just like that. This piece is going to decorate the flap. It'll work nicely, it'll fit nicely. Lovely. So we're going to take this and we want to cut 3 pieces. The center piece is going to be wider than the outside pieces. But I want to be able to stamp my sentiment in this part here. In the part where there's no bushes, no branches and things. So I want to sort of use this piece. Okay, so from this side I'm going to cut off 1 1/4 inches. Let me think. Yeah, we're going to work from this side of the card over. So we're going to cut off 1 1/4 inches. Is that right? Nope. We're going to cut off 1 inch. Let me just move this out of the way. We're going to cut off 1 inch for one panel. and I want to keep the panels in the order so that my pattern flows across my card. I'm going to have to turn my paper upside down here. I need 2¼ inches here. There's my 2¼ right there. Now I want to look at this piece, and you see how I've got a nice, my 2¼ is here to here. See how I've got a nice part to stamp my sentiment in. So we're going 2¼ there. I'll turn it back right sides up. And then we need another piece that is 1 inch. And we're going to take this piece. Just so that we're keeping the pattern of the card going right across the card. We could, if we wanted more colour, we could use this piece, and I really don't think it would matter. Let me show you what I mean. You see, we're using this piece, and this piece because the pattern flows. But I really think if we wanted a lot more colour, we could cut it 1 inch off there, and it really wouldn't make too much difference because you've sort of got your grass going down like that. But what do I want to do? I think I'm going to stick with this piece, okay, so that there's just some colour in each of my panels, but not so much that any one panel overpowers the others. Okay, now from my 5x4 piece of card, my 5x4 basic white, I'm going to cut 3 pieces, 1¼ 2½, and 1¼ Okay, so let's go from here, 1¼ 2½, and that should leave me with 1¼ and it does. So there's my 3 pieces. So there are my 3 pieces, and here are my 3 panels, my coloured panels. So they're going there. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to glue this panel to the envelope so that it can dry while we're working. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue. And which side do I want to use? This side or this side? I think this side. Yeah. I should have put my glue on here. Put your glue on your envelope flap so that then you're getting your glue right to the edge of the envelope flap, because sometimes your paper is wider, always usually your paper is wider than your envelope flap, and you just push it up till you feel it hit the fold in the envelope. Okay, and one other thing, when you're putting glue on an envelope flap, make sure you open the envelope out, because if you have the envelope like this and you put the glue on the flap, when it dries you might just find that that envelope is sealed shut. So always open it up, give it a good press, because we don't want any, oops, don't want to pull that off yet. There. So we'll just set that to one side and let it dry for a minute or two. Get rid of that. We're going to put these panels together now. So we've got this one. And I'm just using my liquid adhesive, trying to get it right to the end. My white background pieces were 1¼ by 4. I cut them to 1¼ by 4. My panels, my coloured panels, are 1 inch by 3 3/4, so that I have a nice little border all the way around. This panel here is 2 1/4 by 4, and my coloured panel is 2 by 3 3/4. glue in that corner, I think. There. 1/8 of an inch on every side. There, and this one. Same again. Oops. Straighten that up. I just moved it a little bit when I pressed it down. So there are my 3 panels. 3 coloured panels. Now, this is my card here, and I think I'm changing my mind. I don't know if I like that on the Fresh Freesia. What other colour could I use? I could go with Cajun Craze, couldn't I? That's a bit dark. Oh, Calypso Coral. Yeah, maybe Calypso Coral. I'm just going to change this out from Fresh Freesia to Calypso Coral. Now let's have a look and see which colour we like the best. Turn that over. Got that. I think that's nice on the Calypso Coral. So let's put these 3 panels on the card. Just use liquid adhesive again, and I'm going to put the outside panels first, the 2 outer panels, so that I can evenly space the center panel. Is that? And I'll explain that better in a minute. What I meant by that comment about evenly spaced the center panel was I can put these 2 panels on. Now this panel, it may not exactly be an 1/8 of an inch in between here and here, but I will place it so that it's evenly spaced. That's a lot of glue in. So I'm just lining it up with the other 2, and looking at it and making sure it's sort of evenly spaced across. There. I'm going to turn that over and give it a really good press and hope we're not moving the panels. Doesn't look like it, but I think we need a little dab of glue in there. Give it a really good press. It's just not grabbing there, but it will. Alright, got a little bit of stamping to do now. From the Simply Said stamp set, we've got this piece for the inside, and we've got a sentiment for the front which says birthday wishes, and for the inside we're going to say let's celebrate. Okay. So I'll just put that there. There's my Cajun Craze. Whoops. Just going to stamp this on the inside. That nice. There we go. Front, birthday wishes, yes, there. Yes, I think that worked well. I don't think the Calypso coral would have stood out as nicely as the Cajun craze did. I think that worked nicely. So we're going to pop this. Well, actually, what we're going to do first, we're going to trim the envelope, the excess paper off the envelope. And I'm going to use my cutter to do this. Just put that right there. Make sure my straight. I'm cutting that piece right off. And I'm going to put that piece on the inside of the card right there. We're not going to waste any of this 6-inch square of paper today. Let's just get rid of that little rough piece. So this piece, I'm just going to put a little squiggle of, if I can, come and glue. And that's just going to go along the bottom edge of the insert for the card. Which end do we want to use? Let's use that. It's got a little bit of the bush on there, so I'm going to slide that up to there, right to the edge. There. Just trim it up. And this is just going to go on the inside of the card. Just about like that. There we are. So there it is. That is today's card. So we just have now to trim this envelope and we are done. I'm just using the edge of the envelope as the guide for my scissors. There we go. There you have it. One card and one envelope. So that was it. That's our card for today. Quick and simple. Really should have taken us about 5 minutes to make, but you know, I was a little bit indecisive on my colours there and changed my mind halfway through, which is easy enough to do, and it's acceptable when you're making the card. Thanks for watching, everybody. Copy and share the card if you'd like to, and if you do sell your cards, please use the Stampin' Up! Angel stamp, which just says all the supplies used to make the card were Stampin' Up! Supplies. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye.